What's going on, everybody? It's Frito, back again with a video breaking down some of the most important Overwatch terms, because I've been making and am close to finishing my full Overwatch 21 hero picking strategy guide, but I use a lot of terms in there that, if you don't know what they mean, aren't really going to help you out. So I think it's important to make videos like this in order to keep you guys in the loop of what these things mean. Understanding heroes and optimizing them for their best roles, and even understanding a battle, how well it's going, adjusting to the roles you need and how you want to play in your approach to the game. It's important to understand how all these different pieces mix together if you're really going to get the most out of Overwatch. So, frontline, backline. These terms get thrown around a lot. What do they actually mean? Well, frontline characters are, of course, those that want to be in the fight. Simply put, I would compare it like this. If the character is most effective with his team behind him or her, it is a frontline character. In that, if you're a Reinhardt, you want to be in front of everybody else, shielding your team and on the forefront of the attack. As opposed to a character that I like a little bit more, Zenyatta, he plays the opposite. He will always be better when his teammates are in front of him, because he can survey the battlefield, the rest of his team can help protect him and be a mitigating force to stop the characters who are trying to harass him in the back line. His abilities are ranged, and if you have characters behind you and you're going in head first, you're not going to know which ones of your teammates needs orbs. You're not going to be able to effectively discord the right players. So that's what it means. Now, I've advocated for a system that I've actually strangely gotten a bunch of negative criticism about, but nevertheless, I would like to see a Dota 2-esque tag system, in that having descriptive tags, at least in a sub-menu or something, in order for players who are interested in learning characters to better understand what characters are capable of and which areas they excel at. For instance, there's a lot of misnomers with the way that the characters are split up now, because you'll have characters that are technically offense, like Tracer and Genji, but don't necessarily put up the DPS of a, let's say, Hanzo or Junkrat. And then there's characters like Roadhog, which technically is a tank, but has very little ability in terms of breaching. He's more of a stable DPS player rather than a frontline tank player. Roadhog still plays in the front line, but he doesn't have the initiation and breach of characters such as D.Va and Winston. So maybe I will even go through the list of characters and describe for you guys tags that I would give to each character, so you can better weigh and evaluate what those characters are capable of. The biggest criticism I get back is that you can't put tags on characters because characters are capable of so many different playstyles. I actually really disagree. And besides, when you make a generalization about something, it isn't intended to mean that it never can be disobeyed. Like, these are the rule sets of this character. You can never play him in a different situation. However, it is true that a character like Genji is less optimized when he's fighting tanks, and a character like Reaper will never be good at range. It's just the nature of the geometry and statistics that the characters have built into them. Sure, there's different approaches you can take to each character, but ultimately you should have a respect for the area and fights that character wants to get in. Because if you're Genji with a Dragon Blade and you're fighting two of the enemy's tanks, what you're not doing is insta-killing their DPS and healers. So in some ways, there's a lot of trash damage that you can get, actually, where you might think, oh, I'm playing really well, I'm getting all this damage done, but really I'm just shooting into Reinhardt shields and I'm not attacking the appropriate fights that I need to be taking in order for my team to propel into victory. So it does get complex. A way a lot of these tags work is sort of in a Venn diagram, where they have some aspects similar, but otherwise be different in every other way. They overlap and exchange. And here we see something that you never see in a YouTube video. Double Hanzo all the way across the sky. Dueling dragons. Isn't that a sight to see? I think that is worth giving the video a like all on its own. So let me know if this cleared anything up for you guys. And if you have any more questions about terms like these, I'm more than happy to go more into depth into stuff like this to make sure all of our viewers are on the same page. But I think it's really important to understand where you ideally want to be fighting with the character you're playing, because if you don't, you're probably playing them inefficiently, and that will cause you to lose when you play against better competition that plays their roles more efficiently. That's been it for today. I've been Frito for Your Overwatch. Please like the video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.